anything. We had some words. I said what I said. He said what he said. I've been stopped even engaging with that. So I don't even, you know what I mean? I don't even have no real energy to go back and forth with that because it is what it is. He got a beautiful family, you know. He doing what he doing, and I'm definitely doing what I'm doing. I ain't got no energy for that. I heard he put up the post, and I heard he was kind of like dissing me at the same time.
Was he?
Yeah, like calling me Chano. Like,
okay. So hold on a second. I can't tell what you guys were talking about. Can
I'm
you
talking
say?
about it was like whatever the when he put the post up and whatever he wrote.
Yeah, no.
All
That's
right,
what I'm
all
talking
right,
about.
all right. Let me just go to the video. And let's hear this.
I never had a problem with academics.
Right.
Right?
Because there was a video of him taking a shot with you.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I saw academics at the Young Boy concert.
Mm-hmm.
And he like, oh man, what up? What you doing here? He was very surprised. And I guess he was surprised because he got in his mind that there's a difference between a older artist and young artists, that there's this division. And the truth of the matter is I'm with my young boys and they're younger than him. And I remember, he probably don't remember this, but because he was a little tipsy, but I said to him, yo, Act, you know, it's no difference between young niggas and old niggas. One nigga got more memory and more experience, but you know, I don't like to divide that. You know what I'm saying? Especially the fact that he was just so surprised. I was like, we fuck with young boy, we fuck.
And I want to let this play because this is important, but I want to respond as well. And even though I really have no desire to ever speak to Mano again or really have a back and forth with him again, I do want to correct a few things for the record. What Mano is explaining is not actually true. Or well, the details happen to be true, but his interpretation is coming from a place that is the same reason why they lashed on me so vehemently about me saying one thing: senior citizens. That was the only thing that applied to all of them. The other thing I said was the headband. I've never said that, oh, because you're older. Yo, me and Birdman, who's 60, is at the concert every night. It's not because of your age, son. It's not because of your age. That's your... You see, these guys are age conscious. They're very age conscious. I'm surprised to see y'all at the NBA Youngboy show because I'm surprised to see any rapper there. I don't see niggas support NBA Youngboy. Y'all see me post about him, talk about him. I champion him to the highest. I've never seen, not that I pay attention too much to what y'all do, but I've never seen, and especially in New York, I don't see New York like fuck with Youngboy like that. That's the thing. It's not about being if it was, let me see. I don't know. If it was maybe another younger artist, yeah, of course I would expect to see out there. Youngboy is an antisocial guy. He's an antisocial guy. When you're saying, oh, we fuck with Youngboy, I went to those shows for Youngboy and I kept looking at people to say, I've never seen you support this motherfucker, ever. That's what I was there for. And by the way, when me and Youngboy, like, you know, we were in the back one time and he said to me, he's telling me about all the people who are now reaching out. And I said to him, I said, man, ain't this convenient? I remember when you called me in jail, now one of these motherfuckers, and I'm not talking about Mano, obviously. I'm just saying so Mano is age conscious. He's age. I wasn't saying you're too old to be at a Youngboy show. Bro, I brought Vlad to a Youngboy show. Bro, most of the people at the Youngboy show are younger than me. It's not about age. See, Mano and Jim Jones and those senior citizens, they're so insecure about their age. They're insecure. He thinks that when I say, damn, you're here, I'm saying, oh, you fuck with Youngboy? That's what I'm saying it for. Because it's always been the cool club that didn't fuck with him. You know why I went to Youngboy tour, 12 dates? because there was pretty much no rappers that was going to come dick ride. Or that's what I thought till Miami happened and every rapper was there. I was like, what the hell? Y'all love a young boy now? So I would be surprised who popped up. The notable, like, I could have guessed who was going to pop up in what city because I know he don't fuck with nobody. So when I seen Mano, I said, wait, y'all fuck with young boy? I didn't know. Mano is taking that to mean I'm trying to say he's too old. And yes, it is factual. He said to me, yo, there's no difference between the older and younger. And by the way, when he said that to me there, I didn't know why he said it to me because I guess he took it in the moment like I was saying, what the hell are you doing here? Again, Mano, your own mentality about your age being 49 is what's getting to you. You're about to be 50. I get it. But this is how I realized why I got so much under your skin that you went in the car like 3 times to do roast and whatever. It's the senior citizens thing. Mano, you know eventually I plan to be 50, right? You know I'm still going to comment on hip-hop. And you know I'm going to still comment on 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds making music, right? So it would be highly hypocritical if I'm like, yo, you should just go away and die. That's not exactly what happened. I didn't think you fuck with the guy. I didn't think nobody fuck with him. The reason why YoungBoy's team loved me like is 4K Trey Act. I basically was at the show doing whatever I wanted all the time. Nigga, they were making me a tour pass because they know Act been rocking with us for so long. When everybody turned their back on Top, Act loved us. That's our guy. They know it's true. So I wasn't shaming you because your age, because you were there. I just didn't think you've ever, because I watch how people publicly support other rappers. I've never seen a lot of people, and I'm not just specifically talking to you, support YoungBoy. So already with Mano explaining it, I'm now understanding that the positive interaction I thought I had with him was an interaction that he probably took home and said, man, they think I'm old out here. Because he did say to me, he said, yo, bro, there's no difference with the age, whatever. And I've always said, bro, Vlad interviews young rappers all the time. I don't tell Vlad he's too old for it. Nigga, I plan to be 70 on the mic. What are you talking about? That's not the problem. The problem comes that you guys get in your feelings when people point out your age and how it appears you're trying to look or act or be in the same mindset of a 20-year-old. You're 50, but you're not giving OG vibes. You're not giving the I'm trying to give game. You're giving the I'm still tough vibes. You guys are mentally dealing with that. I can't help you with that. Mano, you need therapy. Aging is a beautiful thing. And yes, niggas gonna have jokes. They got jokes about me with everything. Senior citizens, this is why y'all crashing out? So he's saying that I saw him at the show, and because I did, so I said, damn, you here? He's thinking I'm saying in my mind, you're too old to be here. This is all making sense.
Because he was a little tipsy, but I said to him, yo, Act, you know, it's no difference between young niggas and old niggas. One nigga got more memory and more experience, but, you know.
Here's the thing, too. I think these guys also think that I think I'm the young nigga. I don't. Bro, I've been in this shit for 15 years.
I don't like to divide that. You know what I'm saying?
Now, because I seen a tweet about this before I ever watched a video. They said academics is one of the main proponents of pushing the age divide in hip hop. That could be further from the truth. That could be no more further from the truth. Like, come on. I always thought it was about being a mentality, right? I would love to hear how people feel like I've pushed an age divide. If anything, and this is not specific to Mano, I was the one. It's not that I was anti-older rappers. I was the one who gave the biggest platforms to most of the younger rappers because that was my niche. That was what I listened to. I listened to YoungBoy. I listened to these guys. I'm not just like, this is what my musical taste and palette is like. It's not that I'm anti-old rappers or older rappers, because I listen to Fab as well. But I fuck with these guys. Back when Uzi and them was getting all type of flack from Hot 97, you know where Uzi had a safe space? My audience. Where Chief Keef had a safe space? My audience. Now, that's another thing that I think mentally is Mano. And I've heard this before where people feel like I'm anti something just because no, my taste in music is Youngboy. Yeah, like I don't listen. If I want some killer music, I'm not listening to Mano. I'm not anti tough niggas, or I'm not anti like older rappers. I'm just into NBA Youngboy's music. I'm sorry. So what he's saying, and maybe Chad, y'all could tell me, do I spew, hey, I hate old rappers and only like young rappers, or I give off the energy like, no, this is this type of shit I fuck with, but I know I have to be well-researched and have enough knowledge to speak about a Fabulous or speak about a LL Cool J or speak about even a Rakim.
Especially the fact that he was just so surprised. I was like, we fuck with Youngboy, we fuck with the culture, like we like the music. You understand? Like it's no.
And this is where Mano's being disingenuous. Mano, when I seen you, I'm not used to seeing people just show up to a show that don't know a song. So ask Mano, ask everybody who ever seen me at a concert. I know every word, especially YB show. I'm singing my heart out. You ever see me at a Drake show? I'm singing my heart out. Mano was there. He didn't know a word. Not from what I've seen. And I've never seen him publicly support Youngboy. So, yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. Wait, oh, you a fan too? Oh, word. Well, I never seen, this guy's the most blackball guy we've seen in hip-hop in a while. That's why I'm surprised, not because your age. There's a lot of people that's in the NBA, like, you know, I'll just say organization, that's older too, because they have Cash Money ties. It's a lot of Louisiana dudes. Is Fee my age? I think Fee's old. No, Fee's older than me, because Fee goes back with Birdman. Fee came up under that Cash Money shit. So I'm watching Mano now show how insecure he is about his age.
I'm a disgruntled old nigga. Every nigga that got a little age on him is not disgruntled. Okay, like I'm not that guy.
Yeah,
you understand?
I'm definitely not that guy.
I've never been.
Now, I never accused him of being a disgruntled old guy, and if that was inferred by anything I said, was after I seen that we had a positive interaction on my behalf. We took shots. You sat there and watched me rap like 30 Youngboy songs word for word. And clearly you were back there thinking about like, did this nigga act just try to play me like I'm old? No, I just didn't know that. First of all, I'm going to be honest with you, because I went to the VIP lounge in New York. I even told him, I'm like, yo, I don't think New York niggas don't really fuck with niggas like that. I don't see nobody in New York really bump Youngboy like that. When I go like down south a little bit, yo, it's all they bump, you know? And I'll change that because I ain't gonna lie, in Jersey, that was one of the most lit concerts. But I was there also to see how much New York bumps YB. Then the industry guys that showed up, I wanted to know, oh, y'all do fuck with him? But Mano was thinking I was talking about his age. Okay.
You can't find no footage, no piece of footage where I ever spoke down on no young artist. Ever. Not from the South, not from New York, not nowhere, right? So we was cooling and, you know, he had a bottle and, you know, he poured me a drink and I did a shot and then...
Okay, he told the truth. That's Now, one thing I don't like with even this happening is Mano's gonna lie to y'all and be like, oh, yeah, I didn't hear about allegations. I didn't hear about that. Because it's convenient for a story now. And when I say anything about him being fake, that's fake. Because Mano has access to all the information. I've been a known figure online for a long time. And Mano sat there and he admits he's drinking out my bottle and everything is cool until he goes home, thinks about my comment, and has now rephrased it to say I'm calling him old and he probably feels away. I don't know he feels away. I never called him old. I just said, oh shit, you here? It's people say to me all the time, yo, Ak, you here? Oh shit, Ak, you pulled up? Yes, people think I don't come outside. Whatever. It's not that serious. This guy went home and probably was like, when he was taking like his his daily nutrient pills or whatever, the ones you got to open Monday, Tuesday. When he was doing that or whatever, he's taking like, his arthritis medication. He was like, damn, this nigga Ak. When he was like dyeing his gray hair, he was like, man, this nigga Ak think I'm old. Like, no, I don't. Like, bro, we're all going to get there. Relax. This guy was in his feelings over a innocuous comment. Bro, oh shit, you here? It's the most hated rapper. I know niggas that want to show up to the concert, but they don't want to act like they fake. This is why, which one of them rappers said, yo, no, it was DJ Bands, Dirk's DJ. He said, man, I seen some of y'all rappers who say I would never fuck with bro. Now I'm seeing y'all at the concert shaking y'all ass like y'all doing all type of shit. Y'all niggas hoes. Yeah, so every time I show up at a concert, I remember a handful of niggas who actually fuck with Youngboy. So when I show up, I don't expect to see the niggas who I never seen support him. That's all it was. And not saying that Mano was a hater. Maybe he did support him. I don't know. But that's what I was talking about. And Mano over here going through a geriatric midlife crisis. He's thinking I'm calling him old.
Later on, I had a bottle. He came around and got a shot for him and his faction. And that was that. He did say to me, yo, I was wondering, I wasn't sure if we had to have a conversation, but if I said, yo, homie, listen, if we needed to have a conversation, it wouldn't have been no conversation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that was.
And again, this is factual. I said to him, because, I'm making small talk, I said, yeah, I didn't expect to see Mano out here. I'm like, I said, when I seen you, I was thinking, damn, did I ever say, because I do this a lot. Nigga, I broadcast so much. Sometimes I got to remind myself, like, did I ever, because sometimes niggas will hold small things. Like, I broadcast a lot. And I make jokes. They might have seen one clip and they hold one thing. Yo, Axe said this. Oh, all right. Yeah, he said it's a year and a half. I see him. So I told him, I said, yo, I was thinking, I'm like, did I ever say nothing about you that would make you feel no type of way? I definitely did say that. Because Mano does have a reputation. So I did say that. So he's being factual with that. So honestly, he's being factual with everything so far. The only thing I'm gonna keep pointing out, he mistook, yo, I can't believe you're here. He thinks I'm talking about his age. And that's something he needs to deal with God. Bro, go get your colon checked up on. That's fine. When we all get there, that's a blessing to be, bro. You're a dude who came from the streets. You're 50. It's cool. If I was gonna give a real critique, I would be like, yo, I don't think you and Jim Jones are a really good representation for the real YNs, the 18-year-olds who are crash out, because y'all seem to also exude that energy being 50, which signifies to them that they could continue living life for 30 years or 40 years past where they're at, constantly trying to crash out. I don't see y'all giving advice as big homies. I see y'all reminiscing back on like y'all glory days in the streets. I don't see y'all talking about the bad side of things. I don't see y'all saying, hey, this shit. I haven't seen that from y'all. Y'all don't come across like OGs. Y'all come across as, yo, we're on the front line with them. We'll still get busy. So if I was going to give a criticism, that would be my criticism. And that wasn't even my criticism because we're at a fucking concert. I'm just saying, damn, I didn't think you fuck with Youngboy. It's like if I went to Atlanta, obviously I would know if it would be going. But if I went to Atlanta and I go to a YoungBoy concert in Atlanta, and 21 Savage is there. I'm like, yo, nigga, you here? Not that he would be there or whatever, but like that's how I'm looking at things. Mano is in a different reality about his age. And I told y'all, chat, this age thing is going to fuck with these guys because they haven't fully accepted it. And it's because, go back to their history. Mano and Jim Jones were calling themselves the lobby boys. Not the men, lobby boys. The 50-year-old boys. They were trying to still portray this act of we're gangsters and outside and tough at 50. So you could see why when people, and I'll give you another joke, chat. And this is some real shit. I went to the Barclays, and one of these like Mac Ball of Bloods pulled up on me. I'll give you the full backstory behind it. Remember this video? Jim Jones. No, not Jim Jones. It was Nicki Minaj boyfriend. What's his name? No, Big Zoo. Offset. Let's just put Offset. There was this video where, you know, remember when everything happened and Big Zoo and his homies were outside? They were outside. Yeah. Is it this?
Nigga, all the way up.
Yeah,
we ain't play two.
We you off,
man.
Okay. There's another video there outside a hotel. I think this might be it.
What's happening? What y'all niggas talking about?
Yeah.
This might be the guy right here. Low key. This guy right here. Honestly, this might be this guy right here. Now, and I remember I commented, I said, yo, this guy has a gray beard. Like, maybe he's a little bit too old for this, right? You know, I seen that guy at the Barclays. I didn't know who he was. But he came over to me and he said, yo, Act. He said, you remember you talked about me, right? And I'm looking at him because I talk about a lot of people. And I'm like, not too familiar. And he's like, yo, he's like, I'm the nigga from, like, I want to show you who he is. I want to get a close-up of it. Could I get a close-up? It wasn't this guy. It was, where is it at? Yeah, it's him, though. And I remember, like, because I remember when I did the video on it or I streamed about it, I was just like, man, this guy has a gray beard. Like, bro, it might be a little bit too old for this. He sees me. And you know, he approached me. You know the first thing he said to me? So you know who I am, right? I said, I don't really jog my memory. But he's like, I don't look old right now, right? And I said, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, you did a video about me. And I said, what video? And then he reminds me of this video. He says, dog, he said, yo, just let you know, I might be old, but I'm still getting active out here. And I realized I cracked mad jokes in that video. All the jokes I cracked in the video, none of it bothered him. The only thing that bothered him is that I called him old. Honestly. And I even told him, I said, bro, like, it's not that big of a deal. We're all going to get old one day. I'm like, yo, it's all good, bro. Dapped him up, you know. Took a picture in the video or whatever. It's a cool dude. Like, there was nothing, like, crazy. It was a cool dude. But I did think about it. I said, yo, from everything I said, me making a joke about him being old fucked with him. That's interesting. So he literally, like, I remember, like, I was joking all type of shit. But the joke about his age is what he wanted to address when he saw me. Yo, I don't look old now, do I? And I'm like, yeah, I said geriatric goon. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. And that's when I realized, I said, oh, it is a soft spot among certain dudes from that lifestyle, especially if maybe they still are connected to it when they're considered old, when they're called old. It fucks with them. It fucks with their mentality. I'm taking the situation to relate it to Mano. Mano's seeming like, you know, again, I thought it was a positive interaction. He's taking it, yo, you call me old by asking me what am I doing at an NBA YoungBoy show.
Of his children arriving.
My bad. That's interesting. We'll keep it going.
Was the case, but it's not. I'm basically trying to present to him like, whatever you think of me, it ain't that, right? miss me with that. It's not this extra savage, you understand? So after that.
Now, Mano, again, I'm here to also respond to you, even though, again, I've said I don't do the back and forth, but I wanted to address because you're not going to say I'm pushing an age, like a beef between older and newer rappers. No, that's not the case. So what do you say? He said, let me go back and just missed it. He said what?
Miss me with that. It's not this extra savage, you understand?
Okay, Mano, you're documented on video flashing a gun when you've seen someone who you had an online disagreement with. Again, I'm only speaking facts. I like how you guys, not because you put on some fake shades or whatever, and like you got like, what is that? I know that ain't mink. That is like rabbit fur. Like whatever you got on right now, brother. I get it. You're trying to rebrand yourself in the gossip lane because you're like the sidekick on Angela Yee's show, and now you're trying to do a podcast where you could get into the tea. I get it, my guy. There's no problem with it. I told you, I welcome you into a lane that I've helped put up the stones for. But you can't erase your past. What people know of you is you doing Vlad TV interviews explaining why and how you slapped Youngberg or whoever it was, and how you put hands on this. And people remember those DVDs when you were on the corner beefing with Mano, beef, Bunky. Like, we remember that. You can't erase these things, right? These are videos that you used to like putting up. You've gone on why you slapped this, why you did this, why you beef with this. This is what the image that you were putting out for years. This is your image. So when you get that reputation, you lived in New York with that reputation. It was one of the things that probably made that when you went in certain rooms, you got the respect you got. Not because you're coming to the gossip lane where, honestly, that's frowned upon. The guy who you might not want to do business with, like Jim Jones comes across like that. You know why I say Jim Jones is not going to last too long? And remember, I told you, I believe Jim Jones came to do audition for Everyday Struggle when Joe left at first. The guy who is so like, he's just so tough, or he just want to get on some, like, you can't even have a business conversation. You can't have a business. Whack 100 used to come across like that too. Where just having a business conversation with him, he's just trying to let you know he'll do something. That's your reputation. I get it. You're trying to change it, but that happens over time. So when I did see you, I said, hey, well, I still look at you off of your reputation. I do. So do many other people. You're going to have to work a little bit harder to probably show that, hey, that's not me. It's the same thing with 50. People used to be scared of 50 Cent based on what they heard about him through his music and that he got shot 9 times. Especially white people. It's a reason why he allowed some of these outlets to call him 50. And he stopped wearing the bulletproof vest. Because somebody wearing a bulletproof vest in an area that you're at, you're like, wait, hold on. He has the vest on. I don't. Is he expecting a shooting? He had to soften out the image. You didn't see 50 Cent go on, what is it, Good Morning America with a bulletproof vest. He went on there in a blue suit. You know why? Because that image of very scary, he's worked years on to say, no, I'm a businessman. I'm a film director. Respectfully, Mano, you started a podcast 4 weeks ago, and 6 months ago, you were still calling yourself a lobby boy. You were still talking about how gangster. Like you and Jim Jones were living in this gangsterism. Yes, the idea about you don't change overnight. It takes a while for a rebrand.
So after that, he the next day, I guess he ran into Jim. They had they
Oh, that was the day before.
Yeah,
I was right there when he ran into Jim.
I ran into him in Brooklyn.
Okay,
we
were in
Jersey.
the next day. Yeah, right.
Okay.
I was on tour.
So they had their interaction. Cool, whatever. Then I find footage on the internet of him.
Fabulous being like 49 with the headband. Like, yo, why is the nigga wearing, yo, you know the headband is for sweat. Like, yo, Fab is on some, Yo, this is another thing too, Chad. You know this. These are jokes, right? These are jokes. But I get it. They could take the joke anywhere they want. Headband is for sweat, Fab. Fab, the headband is for you sweating. You're sitting down podcasting, my nigga.
And everybody's saying, "Oh man, you know, all he talked about was Fab headband." That's not what he said. It wasn't about Fab headband. It was about the fact that you basically was saying, you said we was having a midlife crisis. You was making so much reference about what we wearing, about what we talking about.
Once again, it's rearing its ugly head. Mano is uncomfortable with conversations that might be about his age, and the fragility in his ego is making it very apparent, and it's rearing its ugly head because he's letting you know, and I'm glad he's letting us know. It's not that I spoke about Fab's headband, because yes, that's why I liked Fab's comeback. Fab's comeback was dope to me, right? He rapped and Fab said, yo, how could a lames telling me about style, my bitch became a stylist because of me. Yo, that's fire. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of the best dressed people, you know, but of course I'm allowed to make jokes of anything, and just like y'all allowed to make jokes to me. But Mano's point of contention was this building. He was building like this really uncomfortability with the fact that he probably thought I upstaged him in person and called him old. Like, why does old nigga at the concert? It's like saying, yo, damn dog, you 50, why you in the club? That's not what happened, but that's how his mind is looking at it. So when he sees this clip online, he's continuing that mental trajectory. He's like, yo, so Ak is now talking about us like we washed up. Like we still ain't those guys. And that's why he unleashed, you know, he started off the next show. But I said, hey, yo, academics, check this out.
You had all these, this is after you seen me, and then you had all these things to say about what we got going on. Mind you, now remember what I told you. We wasn't making our podcast speaking about niggas. Okay? So here this man is being very critical about what we got going on and what we saying and what we wearing. Okay? And then this age thing, right? This division of young nigga and old nigga. And then
that he completely fabricated. But I definitely made jokes about I made jokes about their age after realizing that maybe the senior citizen thing was a common trend, right? And it was just off dress styles, right?
Then it's like, oh, these old niggas trying to dress like young niggas, and it's a topic that I think we really could have had a conversation on, because I really could have schooled them on some of that. So what I
see, this is another thing that I think Mano got incorrect. Mano, I didn't say these things out of ignorance. Like, I know niggas used to wear headbands and style. Like, I know all this stuff. I was making harmless jokes about how if you guys, and Mano, I want you just to listen to this point. And this is not, don't get offended because of the age thing again. This was a point I was making. You guys are older rappers. It's not because you're older rappers. It's okay to be old. Joe Budden's an older rapper too. Y'all are older rappers and older gentlemen, period. From what I had seen of you guys are still trying to appeal to YNs. Y'all not trying to appeal to really y'all demographic. Y'all seem to be wanting to talk to the guy on the block that tends to be a younger person. So that's when I went in the mental, I'm bringing you mentally where I was at. So then I said, all right, well, if you're trying to appeal to kids, there's nothing wrong with it. And pause on that, by the way. Like, you know, if you're trying to appeal to YNs, let's just say that. If you're trying to appeal to YNs, fine. But then you got to also think about dressing. Yo, I don't know if the YNs is wearing the headbands. That was like early 2000s. That's nostalgic. That's cool, right? That was nostalgic, cool 2000s. But if y'all content in your podcasting, the content in your podcasting seems to be appealing to them. And maybe you guys will change that, but that was how I was looking at it. The content, it's like me trying to appeal to people in Saudi Arabia, but I got on a Speedo. Like, no, nigga, you got to dress the part a little bit. So I was like, yo, well, shit, y'all got the senior citizen. It looks like you're trying to be provocative with the dressing. But the headband just don't fit this aesthetic. That's it. And Mano's mental fortitude, which seemingly has been going through inner turmoil, beefing with itself about his age, he took that to say he's attacking us. He's saying we're in a midlife crisis. And I understand that, but I hope if he ever sees this, he'll realize my initial comment had nothing to do with his age.
What I set out to do was, if that's your opinion on us, well, here's my opinion on you, right? And I said a couple funny things, but
see, that's another thing. You know, when you said jar relish, I took those as jokes. It's fine. I took it as jokes. But that's what you should have taken me saying the headband thing. But you're caught in your own mind about the age thing, bro.
The true gem of what I was saying was this, homie. The things that's hot today were the things that were made hot in our generation. My son is 23 years old, so if he's wearing a pair of Tim's, jeans, a Scully, and an Averex jacket, and I'm wearing a similar thing, am I dressed like him or he dressed like, you understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
So when you talk about the headband and say, hey,
Mano's trying his best to make this a stylistic argument. No, it's a harmless joke. Like, my nigga, I'm not shaped like a jar of relish, but like it's a funny fucking joke. I'm not shaped like a fucking wet bag of laundry, but it's a fucking funny joke. The headband, we get its style, his history when it comes to hip hop, and we do know things come back all the time. Playboy Cardi just brought back jerseys. I get it, but it's a funny fucking joke. That's it. That's it. Like you gotta like, and my disappointment here, because Jim strikes me as a guy that can't take the joke. When I realized Mano couldn't take the joke, I said, oh, that's interesting. But then another way I realized these guys are frauds and fakes. And as much as they claim they're street dudes, they're just fake dudes. Because they could take a joke when it's from the right person. 50 Cent calls them a squatter. Do they come out and say, oh, yo, when you say squatter, let me give you the history on that nigga? None of that. They called themselves the Squatter Boys and made a song. So it seems like some jokes you guys know how to take, depending on if the guy who's telling it is tougher than you. Yeah, that don't seem like you're built for podcasting then. Because whether you get a joke from Trap Lil Ross, Flacco, me, Adam 22, or anybody of the sort, is just a joke. How come you're able to and by the way, I don't think 50 was joking with y'all, because he legit called y'all landlord. Legit called him, trying to buy y'all podcast. So he wasn't joking, but y'all so scared of 50, y'all made it a joke. We're the Squatter Boys now. Yeah, you had no choice. But my joke, which is about a harmless headband, is now turned and trumped up to be like this attack on. No, it's not. And that's where the idea of you being a bully rears his ugly head, because what we see with bullies, we're seeing with you. You ain't keeping the same energy. And if you had kept the same energy with 50, I would have said, oh, all right, this is just a nigga you shouldn't joke with, period. Leave this nigga out the jokes. Leave this nigga out the jokes. But niggas could joke on you if they know they could beat the shit out of you. That's it. And I think 50 realized he ain't scared of not one of y'all on that couch. So he joke on y'all all day. And when he joke on y'all take it as jokes, because y'all, there's no other way to take it when it's 50 Cent. But academics, y'all don't think I'm qualified for it. I know people like y'all.
Headbands is made for sweating. You ain't supposed to be wearing that. Well, you wearing a baseball cap, nigga. What are baseball caps made for? Baseball, okay? You're sitting in the house with a so
this would be an amazing point, and I could applaud and give kudos to great points if I was actually making a stop. Listen, my favorite player is Allen Iverson. I came over here in like 2001. Like, I fell in love with Allen Iverson being the underdog playing on the Sixers. He always rocked an arm sleeve and he rocked a headband. I always had short hair. My mom wouldn't let me get cornrows or braids or whatever, and we weren't Rastafarians, so I didn't have long hair. But I always wanted cornrows like Allen Iverson. It was a style. The nigga was a fashion icon for black culture. Absolutely. I completely get it. Jerseys was a thing. Absolutely. I had a number 3 Iverson jersey. I completely get it. I wasn't making a serious fashion statement, but your insecurity about your age made it seem like you thought I was making a serious fashion critique. It's a fucking joke. I'm already saying, y'all look like y'all trying to cater to the YNs. Well, just let you know, man, the YNs ain't wearing them headbands, bro. They wearing shiesties. That's the joke. Yo, y'all making content. Y'all older than them, but y'all making content like y'all just the oldest YN. Y'all senior citizens. I bet. The only thing I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to give y'all some advice, and it was like an introductory thing because I know y'all were new to the podcast. Yo, I'm just giving y'all advice. Yo, the aesthetic not matching. The YNs, they wear shiesties. You wearing a headband. That ain't how it go down. You got to wear a shiesty then. It's a joke. It's a joke.
This is hip-hop. None of the things that we wear in fashion,
taking it so serious?
we not wearing it for that particular thing. We wear gloves. We wear all kinds of stuff. We wearing field boots. We wearing construction boots. We wearing all kinds of things. And we wearing it to sport it. It's fashion. You see what I'm saying? But
Somebody said, by the way, Iverson still dresses like that. Why no smoke from it? Brother, whoever you are, you could exit the stream. Are you that dumb? I just explained it. It's not even about how they dress. I said it feels like the content y'all are trying to create, y'all are embodying, y'all were just bodega boys or lobby boys, whatever it was. Y'all are trying to embody the YN by y'all actions. Y'all are trying to embody a young crash out by y'all bravado and even the music y'all were making before that failed and y'all came to potting. I critique them because it looks like they're trying to appeal to the YNs and they have a style that is more nostalgic. So that's what I was saying. I get why Jim Jones is wearing the skin-tight skinny jeans, the size zeros. I get it because the YNs, they'll rock a size 0 and blow your fucking head off with a mini ARP. I get it. That was a thing. It's not about because somebody said Allen Iverson still dresses like that. If Allen Iverson was still if he was trying to appeal to the new crowd and still dressing like that back then, I'd be like, hey, AI, what you should do, these new niggas be wearing that. That's what you should probably like assimilate to them if you're trying to appeal to them. That's it. And then it was a fucking joke. Like, chat, tell me, was it that bad of a joke? Because the more I got to explain to a bunch of 50-year-old men that my joke was a joke, it makes me feel, they say if a joke needs to be explained, it's a bad joke. I don't even think it was a bad joke. I thought it was a funny joke. I just think that this guy is just insecure about his height, not height. I mean, his age.
when you start to put a age limit on these things, I find that to be, especially with a dude that's not that young.
Age limit. See? Goes back to the age.
In life, my brother, you're going to be what? You're going to be older longer than you're going to be younger.
Yeah.
You're going to be an older man longer than you're going to be a younger man.
Hopefully.
So, hopefully. If you live long enough.
Hopefully.
And I think it's a...
Yo, this age shit bothers this nigga, man.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
To be able to be...
He's preaching to the choir. Didn't I tell y'all, I think I'm at big bro status, but I want to be called Unc. Why? Unc could make a lot of jokes that would be seemingly improper, but that one uncle that say, like, he say inappropriate shit, borderline inappropriate shit, but you let him go because, like, that's Unc. That's Unc. That's Unc. Nigga, I want to get the pass of being an Unc. Nothing on this podcast, Mike, here, requires me to be a young guy. As long as I'm, I already have an audience. So as long as I'm giving, quality information, I'm keeping you guys up to the speed. Who gives a fuck?
In this time, I wake up every day and I'm blessed, bro, just to be here, going through what I've been through. And I think that he missed the opportunity to catch what I was saying when I talked about the fact that all these things that we wearing is things that were were made popular in our era. Jordans, these kids is running Jordans right now to this day. And they was made hot before they was even born.
In the 80s.
There we go. So what
Yeah.
we're talking about. So we get to a certain age, we not supposed to still wear the things that we're comfortable wearing, especially in the culture that we're in. What are we supposed to be wearing? Now, if niggas' pants was sagging and the ass was out, that's a totally different story. But ain't nobody doing that.
We all used to do that, though.
Right. But that's but a grown man ain't
Right.
a grown man ain't
We all
really
used
got
to
no
do that.
business with his ass hanging out and seeing the top of his drawers and all that. That's
You know what's so funny? So before Mano went into the other stuff that were, clearly, I think a conversation ender, right? Like when you accuse somebody of being some of the most vile things that are criminal, these are criminal things in nature. I don't think you should ever want to speak to that person again. So I think that window is closed permanently. But the misunderstanding he has so far in 7 minutes into this video, where he potentially thinks this is my opportunity to school academics about fashion. And I could tell him about what I perceive as an age divide that I think he's pushing, even though I think he fabricated that mentally. We could have had a good conversation, a good sit down, face to face. That would have been, I think it would be a great sit down. And I would have clarified certain stuff, and we could, get into a lot of things. But it obviously didn't get there. And again, I hate to call myself Axtradamus, but a lot of times I'm good at saying something that comes to fruition. I want y'all to remember this and watch these words. I believe that this is not the end of us hearing and seeing the ramifications of these guys feeling a bit insecure about their age. You'll see if I'm right in due time.
understandable. But when you start
Although
making
you still
mention,
see Soulja Boy doing that these days, But
when-
Soulja Boy is kind of
I
an
get it.
anomaly.
But when you start making mention to what men are wearing, without even really having a full understanding of what you're talking about, that in itself is dangerous. And I also believe that it also causes division between young niggas and old niggas. So to speak.
What? Me making a headband joke causes division? Yo, Mano, it's cool, bro. Like, you're at a cool place in life. You about to get, like, when you get to a certain age, they give you the senior citizen discount. Like, when you go to, like, the store, they'll be like, yo, I'm a senior citizen. And they check your age and be like, all right, good. You get, like, 20% off. That's cool. That's dope. Like, why is these guys, like, yo, he keeps talking about division. Like, no. Bro, yo, in reality, and I wonder why Mano thinks that. Because let's think about, I'm one of the younger people in my space. I don't want to say I'm young, but I'm one of the younger people who are at, in maybe this elite club of media personalities, right? I would say this. And by the way, I'm not that young anymore. Like, stop it. Like, I don't think I'm 20. But here's the thing. How come when it comes to Cam and Mace, they don't feel that about me? When it comes to Gilly and Wallow, they don't feel like I'm looking at them like some old niggas. When it comes to Joe, he doesn't feel like that's my demeanor. How come it's only these guys who think I'm trying to make them seem old? You know why? It's because they're cosplaying as YNs. That's it. And they know. Oftentimes I get in trouble because I'm the voice that's saying, I'm the voice that says something that's similar to what they've seen online that pisses them off. If you've seen that one comment that you fucking hate, academics is probably going to be real enough to probably have a discussion and kind of mention in or around about what that comment said. And you're going to get pissed off and you're going to make me the spitting image of what you're mad about. Yo, Vlad told me, and by the way, shout out to Vlad, he's doing a thing, but Vlad told me, go back to off the record. Vlad told me, Ak, I'm about to turn 50. He told me this last year or the year before. He said, Ak, I'm about to turn 50. I'm contemplating retiring. And I said, Vlad, no, don't retire. I said, do you still love this shit? He said, I still do love it. I said, keep fucking going. I said, you should be doing this shit to 70. So why is this? It's only a guy he's having an identity crisis. It's not me. How is he the only one thinking that when I'm speaking to him or speaking about him, you know, or my demeanor to him, or if I ask him, hey, why are you here? Or like, oh shit, you here? He feels I'm directly referring to his age. Why? He's the only one. I see all my peers. None of them feel like I'm calling them old. Not one. But the guys who seems to be the tough guys who seem to be trying to be senior citizens.
Speak, because what do it send? It send a message to a young nigga and say, oh, these old niggas, they don't know how to give. They want to dress like young niggas. No, nigga. It's not young and old. It's either cool or lame. It's either you.
And this is where Mano tries to do the David Blaine magic trick, except he's the guy who tries to, watch me make this disappear, and you could clearly see it at the back of his hand and sticking out. And you're like, you didn't make it disappear. Just put it on the other side of your hand. He's trying to make it like, Ak, you're making it young and old. No, I'm not. Your mentality and insecurity is making it about age and young and old. So now he's trying to do the magic trick. Oh, it's about cool and not cool. And I'm cool. I'm the 50-year-old cool guy that does these things. You're never cool, Ak. And they actually think these are things that, like, I'm like, oh my God, Mano said I'm not cool. All right.
You get it or you don't. That's it.
I mean, look, I still dress fresh, right? You still see me in furs. You see me in designer. You see me in Richard Milles and Rolexes and Audemars.
Does that mean you dressing like a YN?
If anybody watches video, I hope you see the themes that keep coming up. If they weren't cool with Vlad, you got to read the comments. I fuck with you. You got to read the comments, just like I read the comments. They say about me, Ak make every designer shit look lame. They don't like me. There's a bunch of people who think I'm lame. Whatever, cool. Like the thing is, I'm so like I make self-deprecating jokes. I don't care. I'm telling you, if I did care, I'd have been killed myself, 100%, bro. I had to become so numb to certain shit. Like a fat joke just can't affect me. I think I'm one of the most talked about, disliked. I would have definitely just offed myself like years ago. That's the reality to things. So like those type of things I'm cool with. But I read comments and I see people say like, yo, damn, man, I'll put on a Mary. Nigga, I put a Mary on and 100,000 jewelry. Like, man, I could make some really expensive shit look lame. I don't care. If I felt good wearing it, I wore it. If I thought I looked nice, I posted a picture. I don't care. I'm not going to mentally let it fuck with me. I don't care about dressing that much. You get what I'm saying? Mano does. Mano does. And to Vlad's point, Vlad, you put that shit on. I see the comments be like, oh, man, here Vlad go with this Balenciaga, or not Balenciaga, whatever, with Burberry or whatever. Yo, fuck what they saying. And you got to be self-deprecating. This is what this podcast game is going to do for these, 50-year-old gangsters. It's going to make y'all realize that, yeah, maybe dudes in the streets couldn't say this shit to you, but you're online, and you're at the mercy of your comments. And your comments just don't care that you could back out a gun or flash a gun on a nigga. Nobody cares. They're going to make jokes on you, and you can't slap the computer. You can't do it. So you're going to have to toughen up. Toughen up, Cookie. And here's the thing. I know he's being selective because everything they say about me in the comments, when I put on designer or whatever expensive shit, they say about Vlad. But he won't look at Vlad. If he was calling it fair, he'd be like, Vlad, nah, you look lame too. He won't say that. You know why? Vlad is validating him and agreeing with him and validating his age argument. That, no, it's not because you're old. It's not because you're old. The age thing is bothering Mano. Mano, you got to, Mano, you should be at the doctor. Listen, there's going to be a point. You know how much liquor I drink? When it's my time to have to go to the doctor all the time, shit, I hope my audience will be able to understand. Hey, chat, I can't stream today at 3. I got a doctor's appointment. It is what it is. We're all aging. This body is like a really intricate machine that God has given us that, yes, when younger, it works perfectly and it's operating optimally, but later on, it needs a little bit tune up. It's fine. I'm not shitting on you, brother, but you seem insecure about it. You seem insecure. So you're not going to keep the same energy with Vlad because Vlad is not playing upon the fact that you're old. Actually, Vlad is your age. If I age, if I'm on some, oh, you just old as fuck, how come when Vlad tells me he's about to retire at 50, I tell Vlad, no, you better not retire. You can keep it going. Why do I tell people I want to keep doing this since I'm 70? Everybody who's in denial of age, even Drake, and I fuck with Drake, I love Drake. But Drake, remember Drake was used to rapping about, I'm done at 35? You ever heard me say, oh, yo, the game, yo, like you 35 and still rapping, that's one of his famous lyrics. Wayne had lyrics about, oh, I won't be rapping after a certain age. I'm telling you, I'm nigga, shit. Like the story of how it, I don't want to speak certain shit into existence, but I'm on the mic forever. And I'll make it relatable to what we're going through, even if we got to reminisce. It is what it is. This guy is insecure. And if y'all fall for this, like, rabbit under the hat, like this poor magic trick he's trying to do to say that I'm creating a divide. No, I'm not creating a divide. I'm the person who points out all my idols in what I do who are older. Wendy Williams, the GOAT. I called her the godmother of all this shit. Charlemagne, who's also like, I don't know, is it 50? Who cares? But that's one of the GOATs. Star. All of these guys are older. When I'm speaking about usually people that came before, I speak about them with reverence and I speak about them with respect. I'm not the ones that say, oh, they old washed up. The thing is, they come from rap. And most gangster rappers, they realize gangster rap men have the smallest window of success of all time. I guarantee Meek Mill would agree with this stance. You know why? Meek Mill is a guy who still makes spinning music, but he's in his 30s. No disrespect to him. The guys whose music are succeeding off making spinning music are in their 20s. I would point that out to say, hey, you have to grow a bit. There's nothing wrong with you doing what you're doing, but people do look at certain things as YN activity. Their mortality is their biggest enemy. I'm learning how to deal with these guys, and I really didn't even want to get into it with them, but I now know how. You remember I told you my strategy when I'm going at anybody is to figure out what bothers them the most. If you can't tell that it's me talking about his age, the kryptonite for Mano might be like, Mano, how old are you? And if he has to tell you he's 50 years old, he knows that there's a part of his soul that's dying because he really wants to be 25 based on how he's acting. That's a problem. Not a problem that he wants to, quote unquote, be forever young. That's cool. But that bothers you. You launch into an entire beef and then start accusing me of very heinous things because you feel like I made you feel old.
Am I the oldest YW?
A white what?
YW.
YW. You stupid.
Am I the oldest? Yo, Jim has the.
Now, there's another, and you see with dudes like this, and this is why they can't fuck with me on this microphone, because I mentally break down who and what you are. You see, Mano came into this rap game around the age I am now. That was 17 years ago. About 17 years ago. And that's when Mano had his first and only shot at partial success with a semi-local hit song. It was called High Hater. I guarantee, you see, back then in music, being in your close to mid 30s was old. It was considered old. So Mano's been battling that from the inception of his career. It's 17 years later. Music has failed for him, and he's now came to the podcast land. So he's ultra sensitive to anyone who feels like they're tapping at that it's like the funny bone of hurt. Age. Remember, his first hit song came then, 35, 34. He's now 50. For the people who didn't know Titty Boy, and this is why 2 Chainz is dope. For the people who didn't know Titty Boy, some people said, well, yo, yeah, this is his first hit, but ain't he like 35, 38? Whatever it was. Yeah, he was. You never saw him come out and lash out like, yo, why y'all don't think I'm a YN? Why y'all try to make me the old guy? Why y'all don't want to put me in with the new guys? Yo, nah, this ain't fair. Don't separate me from the young niggas. He never did that. He just kept it player. Shit. Yeah, I went from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz. What up? Who gives a fuck? Not these guys.
Yeah, the title on the other side, but am I the old SYW?
You might be, but I don't believe, only in our culture do we get, shamed for, the things that we do for still having a career, for still exercising your.
Could y'all now acknowledge, and I hope if you watch this whole reaction video, no matter where you watch it at, could we now acknowledge that Mano has a real problem with aging? Because I've been on this microphone say I want to do this till I'm 70. So I'm acknowledging that I want to age and grow and get old as fuck on this microphone. Why is he saying only in hip hop people shame you for getting older while you do what you do? Nigga, I know it's going to happen to me. So he's not talking to me. He's talking to his insecurities.
Career, but still exercising your ability or your right to be an artist, for dressing. Only in our culture this happens.
I mean, look, he said that y'all went from the lobby boys to the pod boys.
See, and this is.
But that's not really an insult.
That's not in it.
Yeah.
I didn't take it.
When I heard that, I'm like, well, yeah, that's what they're doing.
I didn't take that as an insult. Right. I took that as him switching the goalposts, because nobody was talking about partying and all this other shit. We talking about what you talking about, us being, older guys and the way we dress, where I feel like you don't even have the right to say that. But guess what? Anybody can say anything. So here's what I'm saying. You talking about it being your block and all that, it's cool. I don't give a fuck about your block, because guess what? I'm not doing what you do.
Yes, you are. I hate when podcasters come. Hey, there's no real nigga gossiping. I want to let all y'all know this. If you ever start talking about, by the way, I've always agreed with Dame Dash, because I do think I'm a chatty patty. I don't give 2 fucks. If you ever get on, y'all do topics. If you do topics, you do exactly what I do. I don't care if you do the real nigga approach. There's no real nigga approach to doing what I'm doing. You're talking about it, even if you're related to yourself. All right, let's not talk about Cardi B. Let's talk about I had a problem with my baby mom, and I know one of them. You're still gossiping, nigga. Okay? You're gossiping. Let's not try to, because they're like, what do you mean you're not doing what I'm doing? What am I doing that you're not doing? We're broadcasting. We're doing the same thing.
You talking about it being your block and all that, it's cool. I don't give a fuck about your block, because guess what? I'm not doing what you do. I'm not sitting here throwing rocks and hiding my hands. I don't need 7 securities to come out to make me feel good. I'm not out here, extra angry with women. You understand? I don't want to be you. It ain't nothing.
Mano, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll give you this tidbit. And you tell me why they thought this. I'll tell you this. Before I went to Rod Wave concert in Brooklyn, the hip-hop police called me asking about you. That's facts. I said, I don't have a problem with Mano. I don't know, whatever. They said, I don't even know how they knew I was going to go to the concert. I said, yeah, I'm going to go there. I said, just to clarify, I got no problems with him, but I always move on defense. So, I've already told Rod Wave's team I'm moving a certain way. And yeah, Mano, you ain't going to ever shame me about my security. You feel me? My security was with me. We had the whole entree. They were eating hot wings and drinking Red Bull. It was good. They're like, all right, it was a calm night. So you can never shame me about that. I'm not a tough guy. But I would say they've never ever called me, and I've seen Ebro at the Barclays. They've never ever called me and said, yo, should we be worried about you running to Ebro? Yeah, because Ebro doesn't present himself to be a violent person. So it goes back to exactly what you said, stupid. Like, you niggas is acting like y'all are some tough street dudes. This is why hip-hop police is calling me about y'all when y'all start talking to me. It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all are, again, the way how y'all talk is a reason. And by the way, I'm everybody knows I never go out with any intentions of having any issues. I don't really even have any issues. But it's because of your past. It's because of your reputation. It's because what they think your ass is going to do. Nobody think I'm about to go see you and try to do something to you. They're wondering based on the shit you're saying and your fucking history in New York City, what might happen. Fortunately, nothing happened. Right? But yeah, I go see the artists I like. Shit, everybody know Rod Wave, my man, Young Boy, my man. I'm show up, Brooklyn or not. But anyway, obviously I'm not saying that to invite problems, but I'm saying that to him that they like to they act like their reputation. I don't live in New York. When you have hip-hop police calling me and I live in Jersey and they're like, yo, is everything good? You sure? And by the way, they're not calling me to protect me, just to let you know. They're calling me because I'm pretty sure they just want to be there. Whatever dumb shit finna happen, that's what I've realized about hip-hop cops. They just want to be there. They probably got the extra cameras out. All right, good. He said he was going to, oh shit, he slapped him. Perfect. Put that in the indictment. Got him. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, he's stabbing him now. Okay, put that one in the indictment too. All right. That's really what it is. So, obviously, I don't want to be the subject of any, this is why I roll around professional. That's another thing I'll say to you, Mano. The reason why I roll around professional security is because I don't want to be the subject of any indictment that has to do with gang violence or any violence, period. Hip-hop police, they're not a bad faction, but they're also not here to fucking stop you from doing dumb shit. So I roll to the city. I'm going to have professional security and off-duty cops. Academics is showing up to do what he got to do and get the fuck on out of there. That's just what it is. If y'all niggas who got street reputations want to have a problem, I'm going to show up. I'm always going to tell y'all that. This idea, I heard Dave East said, I've never seen it nowhere. Dave East, you need to come to the fucking Barclays, but you don't get booked there. I'm going to be there. So it's like this idea that academics ain't coming. No, if I'm invited, especially by the artist, the night before Rod Wave sends me a song, I don't know if you wanted me to leak it, he dropped the video for Feed the Streets. I'm going to be there. Like, the artists I'm showing up for, they don't even fuck. Well, I'm not saying they don't fuck with you, but it's like, they're my peoples. I'm showing up there because I rock with them. I don't know. Y'all niggas just show up there on some, I'm Brooklyn. Let me just show up like I'm tough. So I'm going to show up. This is not a sign of toughness, but also it's not a sign of stupidity. So just like I told Meek and his people, I'm like, listen, I'm going to show up to any of these events. I'll keep it going from there, though. I think this video is over. Have y'all seen Cardi B, man? Yo, Cardi, I know you're going through it, girl. Cardi's going through it. Cardi's my homie. Cardi's my homie. And topics, I give like criticisms of what I see. But I've seen Cardi, well, I've spoke to Cardi, and she expressed to me that she went through hell in previous situations, and she expressed to me, like, you know, how unhappy she's been in the past. And more than just a commentator, I wish for Cardi B's mental health. And when I say that, I want her to be happy, whatever that is for her. So me, I'm not thrilled. Like, you know, if it wasn't Cardi, I'd be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of wild that you're still married, and okay, I thought it was wild. But in rare situations, and maybe you could call that picking and choosing, I don't know. Or maybe I'm making exceptions. I understood a bit of her saying, you know, she's been unhappy and she had to move on and she couldn't stand or tolerate certain things anymore. And, you know, she had to finally choose herself. I got it. Not knocking it. Cool. But it gets even more difficult when now I got to even give my opinions about particular things. And these things would be Cardi B in this particular scope, where her boyfriend is STEFFON Diggs. Like, STEFFON Diggs might be one of the top 5 worst cheaters in history. Like, I mean, his dirt is just all in the streets. Like, you know, I don't want to say anything that's unprovoked or whatever, but damn, I felt like I said it right back then. I don't think. I wondered what women get out of leaving one cheater to go to a bigger cheater. The fact of the matter is, none of these guys are if your breaking point was cheating, which, by the way, I even had a conversation with her about that too. You know, not to divulge every conversation we've ever had, but she told me, she said, it wasn't even just a cheating. It's who this nigga cheating with. This nigga would cheat with, like, disrespectful people, like playing with you, right? Or whatever, cool. But I would say, when it comes to STEFFON Diggs, dude, once I seen the amount of, like, babies or alleged babies or baby mamas, I was like, I don't know if this is going to turn out good. And some of the stuff, you know, obviously the fan base is like the Barty fans and the Nicki fans. And yes, Nicki fans somehow care about Cardi B, because when Cardi B fans can say about Nicki, like, yo, you married someone who's on the sexual offender list, you're going to have Nicki fans say, well, you keep getting cheated on. And I think that's the only thing that Nicki fans kind of have, because we've never heard about Big Zoo doing anything, right? So, and where is this? Fuck. Can I find it? No, I probably can't find it. I could probably find it. Well, I closed the tab before. Oh, anyway, yeah. I'll scroll down and find it. So, on Christmas Day, people were talking about how Freudian slip. How Cardi B, despite being in a relationship with STEFFON Diggs spent Christmas with his other baby mama. Now, this is the reality of blended families. Now, people have a lot of questions. They're like, well, it don't seem like you spent the holidays with Offset. It don't seem like it was you, Offset, and the kids. Because remember, Cardi B has kids with Offset and now a child with STEFFON Diggs. So they're pointing out STEFFON Diggs, who has multiple other women pregnant or has had kids with multiple other women, he's spending time with the woman and the kid. You don't spend time with Offset, seemingly. And they're looking at it to say, you think we dumb, but we ain't that dumb. This nigga is playing in your face just like how you thought Offset was playing in your face. He with his other baby mamas who are also throwing shots at you. And look at this. What the hell? Joe Budden block what? There is, what's this? Give me a second. There is a video. Is it a video? Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Maybe I'm tripping. I'll find it in a second. Basically, all of, or not all, but a good amount of STEFFON Diggs' other baby mamas are throwing shots at Cardi B, insinuating you think you're special because you're with him. But the same thing we know about him is the same thing you should know about him. He a dog. He don't want just one woman. He fucking with all of us. But we gonna make you feel like you winning. Actually, one of them posted some crazy shit. They were like, yo, we're the one that loses, or she liked to post. She said, the one that loses is the one, the one that's with the nigga. The one that's with the nigga is the one that's losing. You get me? Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna be able to find it. Don't worry. I'm gonna find it. Come on, right here. Just give me 1 second. I had it queued up, but remember I closed all those posts because of yeah, give me 1 second. I can't find it. What the fuck? Maybe I could look at it on Twitter. Who's this? Cardi using her platform to encourage fans to drag STEFFON's baby mama children. BG was dragging me the other day. Now they mad and dragging everyone. All right, I don't know what this is. This is bullshit. Okay, I'm trying to find it, but I might not be able to find it. If I can, it's fine. Essentially, his other baby mama liked a comment saying, yo, the girl who's with the nigga that we all fuck is not the winner. It's the one who left because they don't want to be, you know, it's a man stuck between two women. The woman who stays is the one that wins. Is the one who left because he'll always go back to the one who left, and he's always doing the one who stayed wrong, right? So, like, Cardi B is now in a whole different mess, seemingly. I don't know if all these things are true. And for the people who be like, you talk to Cardi, like, I'm not going to talk to her about, this is female stuff, so I'm not going to talk to her about that. I'm only reacting to it, and she knows my policy with that. I'm not a female T-page. If the famous people talk, I'll report. But if the famous people keep it on the wraps, it's none of my business, even though sometimes I know. So she posted something and looked like the fans are getting to her because the fans are saying, yo, why are you letting this nigga kind of play in your face? He's hanging out with his baby moms. His other baby moms are like liking posts to seemingly make it seem like you're sharing him. What's up with you? Like, yo, why did you leave Offset to get in this particular situation? And she responded today. She put this video up.
Y'all need to calm down. Y'all need to calm down. Is y'all cool? Y'all been dragging me for 3 or 4 days. Y'all been a little bit too mean. Like, all right now. Y'all been a little bit too mean. I can't change shit. I can't go back in time. You know what I'm saying? I already had a baby. Y'all want me to put my baby back in my pussy? Huh? I don't know. What y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to leave my man and fuck yours? You want me to leave my man and just go and fuck yours? I don't know. What y'all want me to do? What y'all want me to do? We can only go forward now.
And by the way, I think I found the tweet in question. It is from this page, right? Got the scoop. Let's see. Got the scoop, and it was. Let me see. I'll find it right now. Okay, so here it goes. So this is one of STEFFON Diggs' baby mama. She reposted this on X. She said, when a nigga's stuck between two bitches, the one that stays always feels like she won. So that seemingly is talking about Cardi. But in reality, it's the one that left the nigga really won. So she's talking about, I would imagine, herself. You still having to deal with the cheating, the lies, and the disrespect. And a nigga will always try to get back and keep in touch with the one that left. Yeah. So let me see who this girl is. K.Benji. How many baby mamas this nigga got? This nigga's a human breeding farm, huh? Let me see if I can find that. Oh, she's private on there. Let me see. What's her Instagram? How many baby mamas this nigga got, man? Okay, this is her. Let's see. Is it private? No. Okay, so this is one of STEFFON Diggs' baby moms. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, I like Cardi B. But Cardi, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. If you dating a millionaire football player, and yo, every time I've seen a chick that's STEFFON Diggs' baby mama, none of them are chopped. They're all bad. If I'm STEFFON Diggs, I'm fucking all of y'all. Every time I go get my kid, I'm fucking. Every time I tell you, yo, listen, we got to go to a doctor's appointment with the kid, I'm fucking. Yo, he got too many bad bitches he's had kids with to not fuck him. I think this is her, right? Is this? Let me see if I could, like, go to her tag. Yeah, okay, yeah. I see STEFFON Diggs in her tagged. So, yeah. So, Cardi, like, respectfully, like, you know, I always tell Cardi, I give her man game. Like, you know, I can't, you know, I understand. What the fuck? Is she naked there? I understand how women move, but when I speak about her shit, I speak like a man. Yo, Cardi, all of STEFFON Diggs' baby mama is hot. I'm sorry, Cardi. I'm smashing you and her if I'm him. Yes, if when I go to her house and I got to go pick up my child, and she said, oh, come in. Oh, I still got 20 minutes. I got to make the to-go bag for the kid. And she walking around in them Skims looking like this? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yo, it's like I ran a post route. Yo, I'm up in there. I'm posting her up. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cardi, come on now. Yo, this nigga baby moms look this good, and you think he not cracking? Come. Yo, K.Benji. Yo, come on. You think a nigga got a better than your old chick being washed? You're like, I'm good. I'm over here in greener pastures. This chick is bad. Yo, I'm not saying you not. This nigga got a bunch of bad chicks as his baby moms. Every single one of them is getting hit. Time I need to go fuck one of them, I'm like, oh, my son called me. He said he missed me. I gotta go over there. Why you gotta go to his house? No, why you gotta go to her house? Why can't he come over here? Yo, you know my baby mama don't like you, Cardi. I gotta go over there. Like, you know, I'm a good father. Cardi gonna understand that because she's a good mom. Yo, I'm over there. Yo, you know, you pops. You know, I mean, you play a little game with your son. Right, come on, we playing the game real quick. We playing the PlayStation. I bet. You tired? I bet. And then you got to see if she going. You got to see if your baby mom's going still. You be like, yo, you got that money I sent for you? You know, she gonna be like, yeah, thank you. Like, yeah, we appreciate that and shit. Like, yeah, be like, yo, you still know how to make them tacos like I like them? You hungry or something? Yeah, just make me a taco real quick before I get up on out of here. And I said, let me just get a little taco real quick. You know what I mean? You on the couch, Be like, yo, come here. You're like, why you be mad distant? Like, she drop off the food. Like, come here. Why you be mad distant? Come here. You know what I mean? Like, nah, yeah. You start rubbing on her leg. Bow, 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 bow. Yes. Facts. Facts. Clapping them cheeks, nigga. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yo, chat. How y'all still fuck y'all baby mom? Yo, if I got a baby moms like this, I'm punching dick in. Yo, listen. This is how you. Well, let me not throw my other mans under the bus. This is how you married and have more kids with your old baby moms. You're like, man, yo, hold on. I see why I got you pregnant the first time. Holy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let me see. How many baby mamas you got? STEFFON Diggs' other baby mamas. Them chicks look good. That boy got some good. Who's this chick now? Lord Giselle? Let's look at her. Lord Giselle, let's see. Yeah, Cardi, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm I could tell she's seen better days. I could tell. But nah, she's still in there. Oh, nah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, which one is Steffon's baby? Oh yeah. Yo, Steffon, get up in the picture. You know, I'll be like, yo, I gotta go over to my other baby mom's house. Like, she take, like, she pay, this dumbass paid like $10,000 for the photographer. I gotta be in this, told my you know your daughter gonna want to see you in the Christmas pictures eventually. Y'all go over there, pictures go, yo, I'm telling the photographer, hurry this shit up. Hurry this motherfucking shit up. Pictures take 20 minutes. I'm cracking for the next 5 hours. Bow, 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 bow. Yes. Oh, yeah. I tell you, take your sister and go get her some ice cream. Here's some money. Go ahead. The driver waiting for you out front. ISO. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. ISO. Me and the baby moms. Yup. That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Let me see who else is baby moms. Tyler Marie. Damn, this nigga got kids. This nigga like young boy. This is baby moms too? Let me see. Is she the baby moms? Nah, this ain't her, right? Kiana Barber. Who's that? Who the fuck is this? This one of the baby moms too? Nah, this nigga got some bad baby moms. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. All right, I like the long hair girl. Oh, she got a tattoo on her neck? She a freak. Tattoo on the neck? Freak. Holy. All right, Mom, let's see what's going on. The DSLs are DSLing? Yeah. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, Cardi B. Yo, I'm gonna pray for you. Because if you dating a nigga with his baby mama's this bad, every time I go to her house. Oh, yeah. Yo, Cardi, you fucked up the meta. This is why you gotta date a just rich nigga. Like all his baby mama trash. Like, put like this. No disrespect. It's gonna sound disrespectful. Damn, I gotta learn how to not disrespect when I'm trying to make a point. It's like India with Dirk. When Dirk was telling India, yo, I'm about to go see my other baby mom, I'm pretty sure India said, go, nigga. The fuck? He know he gonna come back. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it was a bunch of baddies. Like, yo, go ahead, nigga. Yeah, go ahead. Go take care of your kids, nigga. Why you not taking care of your kids? Go ahead. Yo, Cardi. When STEFFON said he about to go be a father, you better be like, this nigga about to go cheat. Yo, what? Yo, look at these baby moms. His baby moms are fine. What? Nah, man. Nah. This one good right here. Oh, shit. Thicker than a fucking Snicker, man. Holy. Yo, Cardi, weak at the flesh. And let me tell you this. There's no pussy that feel better than new pussy. But the second best pussy is the pussy that's good that you ain't hit in like at least like 3 months. That feel like refurbished pussy. Oh my God. So the once in a while thing? Oh shit. I'm gonna spill on my fucking thing. I seen you, Grant. I seen you. Yeah, this nigga got some baddies, man. Yeah, Cardi B gonna go through it. Anyway, did I play the video yet? Nah, I ain't played the video. So she first tweeted out like on Christmas Day when you know what I mean, people pointed out that the nigga was with his baby moms. She tweeted out like something. I don't think she deleted tweets, does she? She was just like, yo, yuck, or something like that. Or she was just like ghetto or something. I don't know. She deleted that thing. Oh, yeah, she definitely did delete it. So it looked like she was taking shots at somebody because she deleted it. She usually don't delete tweets. She stand on everything. I like that about her. But I know I posted it. She said, seems like the ghetto always finds me. Yuck. So she was disgusted, and apparently it was because, let's see if we can find it. STEFFON Christmas. It was like some pictures of him with his baby moms type shit, no? Yeah, this is him. This is him with his newborn, and the baby mom is there. So you know they all chilling. They all chilling. Yo, hurry up and put that baby to sleep. Hurry up and put that baby to sleep real quick. I love you, baby. I love you. All right, put the baby to sleep. What you gave me for Christmas? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, people thought that it was because of that. And then hear this video.
Y'all need to calm down. Y'all need to calm down. Is y'all cool? Y'all been dragging me for 3 or 4 days. Y'all been a little bit too mean. Like, now. Y'all been a little bit too mean. I can't change shit. I can't go back in time. You know what I'm saying? I already had a baby. Y'all want me to put my baby back in my pussy? Huh? I don't know. What y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to leave my man and fuck yours? You want me to leave my man and just go and fuck yours? I don't know. What y'all want me to do? What y'all want me to do? We can only go forward now. So, I don't know. 2026 is in a couple of days. I have so much work to do once January starts that is stressing me out. I'm going to be away from my babies, away from my personal life, away from my home. I have to rehearse for 10 to 12 hours a day for tour. There is so many elements of production that I'm missing for tour. I'm already super stressed out. You know what I'm saying? I'm already super stressed out. I need my support system, my fans to love me. I want y'all to come to my tour and enjoy yourself with me. Don't be dragging me. It's enough. All right? It's enough. I love y'all. I want good for y'all. I want good for y'all. I want health, money, prosperity, happiness for this new year for y'all. Wish me the same thing, all right? Leave me alone, though. Shit. Damn.
Cardi's really good at the internet, and I think this was a good response. I just pray that she's actually happy because she looks like, she gets the joke. She gets why people are laughing, but she's not, like mentally affected. I hope she's good. You get me? Truthfully, and this is coming from me just knowing her and speaking to her, I feel like she's looking for happiness, and I hope she's found it, even if it's in a way that maybe us on the outside don't see it. As long as she happy, good for her. Okay? All right. Ye is coming back. He just dropped some new shit for Christmas. He dropped a bunch of stuff for shoes and clothes under $100. He got some new shoes. What are these called? Have y'all bought from Ye? I gotta go cop some shit, man. They're probably mad. These look comfortable. I love comfortable shoes. I fuck with this. I'm gonna try to cop. Is a delivery time mad long on those things or what? Let me know. Anyway, Ye has came out recently to debunk a bucket list. Now, Ye has really gone through a bunch of transformations. If you guys don't know, it's been reported that Kanye has made amends with Kim Kardashian, and they actually supposedly spent holidays together. It says Santa seems to have worked a miracle on the Kardashian land because Kim and Kanye, they not only hung out together with their kids, they got along. Sources with direct knowledge said that Kim and Kanye made peace for the children and spent time together as family over the Christmas holidays. Or sources tell us that Kim and Kanye were cordial with each other and are now working on co-parenting their kids. North Saint, Chicago, and Psalm. This is a huge deal. As everyone knows, there's been a big rift between the two for years. Kanye in particular made things uglier with his infamous social media rants. But all that is in the past, as it seems the pair have now turned the page. This is not recent. This is old, right? Not only that, but our sources say Kanye has been really working on himself and has spent a lot of time reflecting on his outlandish behavior this year, which included praising that guy and spewing anti-Semitism. Sources tell us, despite the viral AI videos going around TikTok, he approves of North being on social media, and Dad has even asked her to share fun items and songs of his. Don't get it twisted. At first, Kanye was not a huge fan of his daughter being on social media. Oh, this is from the Kardashian PR camp, because you could tell when she was younger. But now we hear Kanye loves how unique and creative she is. He totally digs her blue hair and fashion sense. Yeah, the Kardashian clan planted that. Now, there was something else that came out, which was like this bucket list for Ye that people were, look, bucket list Kanye. People reported that it was his bucket list. Let's go down some of these items. It says, climb Mount Kilimanjaro. What the fuck? All right, let's see if we can get a bigger version of this. Climb Mount Kilimanjaro, buy a house in Jamaica, learn to ride a motorbike, travel South America, swim with the sharks, skydive, bungee jump, learn to surf, scuba dive, snowboard, ride an elephant, climb a volcano, write a book. What's this? Design my own line. Didn't he do that already? Buy a house in New York, drive from LA to New York, make my own shampoos, hot spring, Iceland, so and so, whatever. Jesus. Climb Machu Picchu, something in the Dead Sea. Oh my God. Visit the Great Wall of China. See the pyramids, visit the Amazon, swim in the Dead Sea, visit the Taj Mahal, Christ, the Redeemer, Maui, Chile. Okay, there's a bunch of places. Mostly it's travel, it seems, right? So learn to invest, paint of 10. Oh, paint often. Own a, what's this, pug? Learn to pole dance. What the fuck? Learn to pole dance is crazy. Yo, Kanye learn to pole dance is crazy. All right, anything else that's interesting on here? Learn French. Go to a drive-in movie. That would be cool, right? Where are the drive-in movies these days, chat? Huh. Anyway, he actually shut it down, and he responded to a list. He said, this list is not real. This is what he said. This list is not real. And this was him responding to Complex. And I'm not too sure where they said they got him, but he's saying the list is not real. Now, I'm wondering if it's really not real, or one thing I've realized about Ye is that it's totally possible that Ye may have written something, or like may have thought of or said something, maybe, I don't want to call it episodes, but like that he may not remember. I'm not saying this is actually real. I'm just saying if we're admitting that Ye maybe has had, some challenges, or, we know he gets into some of these moods, is it maybe natural for us to expect that he may have created a list that he probably now either not only denounces, but he just forgot he did. But anyway, he said the list isn't real. I do like that he seems to be on the path to a comeback, and I'm encouraging that. I love Kanye West. He's one of the greatest artists of our time. He's encouraged your favorite artist of mine. And I feel like I have a vested interest in Ye not being this ostracized person performing in Brazil and China for the rest of his life. Ye is a beloved figure. He's as hip-hop as Dr. Dre, as Snoop Dogg. To me, he's the greatest hip-hop artist of all time. And it is a little bit, it hurts seeing him not involved in the culture that he's influenced so much. We don't have Playboy Cardi. We don't have A$AP Rocky. We don't have none of these guys without Ye. And obviously he's done a bunch of stuff, but this is his home. And I want to see him get back accepted. I want him to still be him. I don't want him to be like this like neutered fucking guy who can't even tell us what he thinks. But I also don't want him crashing out where people don't want him around. So hopefully there's a medium to that. And I would love to have him primarily back here in the States and making music and working with the people he encouraged. Him and Playboy Cardi, him and Travis, all these people, they're from the tree of Ye. So I'm glad that he's on a redemption arc, and I hope he could hold it together to complete it. Okay? And I do think we get new music with that too. 100% I think we get new music with that too. Yeah. Okay. So, apparently Atlanta has decided to respond to your boy about me labeling them as Ratlanta. Bloody J has decided to respond to DJ Academics in what he is now seen as, him looking at me characterizing the city as Ratlanta as, actually I haven't watched it yet, so I'm going to watch it with y'all. And apparently he's a wife and Lucci affiliate.
What's up, baby boy?
Man, I'm confused.
What?
Street. I
ain't supposed to say it like that.
You shouldn't.
I supposed to say say the streets.
Yes.
Everybody, but
Yeah. But I
ain't say everybody.
I ain't moving no gold posters and saying all rats, y'all, we forget y'all and we all in.
Nah. We ain't saying that. We holding niggas accountable and then we letting them go on with their life. Like, what you mean? I ain't say that. I said that.
That's what it looking like.
For real? Well, big.
A flag on the motherfucking play. I know I just ain't see, man, I know I just ain't see academic with RATL to represent my city that I love, the city that I'm from, the city where Bloody J resides. Rat Atlanta, like Rat, what the f? Man, I know y'all ain't. Come on. I'm starting my own campaign, goddamn. Stop snitching, man. Stop motherfucking snitching, man. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. That means if you're in the streets anyway, if you're claiming to be street, if you claim to be a gangster, the rules are in effect. Stop trying to say the rules ain't in effect, the code ain't in effect. It is. If you're in the streets, those are for street nigga rules. If you're in the streets, you playing these yellow lines, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the sidewalk niggas, I'm not talking about the sidewalk females. Oh, yo.
Okay. I want to read his. He posted? Is this still up there? Bloody J. Instagram, bloody_J. Bloody J. Sorry I took this long to respond to you, but I appreciate you reaching out, and I want to read your caption. It said, Ack, come on now, Ack. Don't do that Ratlanta shit. Ain't no way. Everybody ain't these are just niggas y'all glorifies. Way too many stand-up men and women down here. I can't go for Ratlanta or RATL when it comes to representing my city of Atlanta. That don't define the streets. I wish you all the success and blessings. Just don't do that to the city because the industry is not the streets. Real ones still exist and we're here. Bloody J, and let me just play this in full again in case they clipped any part of that out.
Oh, the fuck up. Flag on the motherfucking play.
Flag.
I know I just ain't see, man, I know I just ain't see academic with RATL to represent my city that I love, the city that I'm from, the city where Bloody J resides. Rat Atlanta, like Rat, what the fuck? Man, I know y'all ain't. Come on. I'm starting my own goddamn campaign, goddamn. Stop snitching, man. Stop motherfucking snitching, man. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. That means if you're in the streets anyway, if you're claiming to be street, if you claim to be a gangster, the rules are in effect. Stop trying to say the rules ain't in effect, the code ain't in effect. It is. If you're in the streets, those are for street nigga rules. If you're in the streets, you playing these yellow lines, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the sidewalk niggas, I'm not talking about the sidewalk females. Hold the fuck up. Flag on the motherfucking play. I know.
All right, Bloody J. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you standing up for your city. I want to give you some explanation of what I mean, because and I want to use this not to make jokes, but I want to use this to address Atlanta specifically, because I do have a lot of love for Atlanta. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm on an anti-Atlanta type of campaign. I think Atlanta's been exposed. The most vocal elements of Atlanta previously we're seeing a lot of incongruence. That's the problem. You see hypocrisy. Now, I do owe an apology if by labeling a city, it makes it seem like everybody in the city is with it. But I think what we should say is the most vocal members. The idea is this. In the last 6 months to a year, we have realized that and pardon my use of this new age term, the lore of Atlanta is not what we thought it was. The idea that everybody in Atlanta got along, I know y'all knew everyone didn't get along, but the world thought y'all did. The idea that you guys are so thorough and solid and, and of course there's street dudes everywhere. And I'm not a street dude, but, we're speaking on things that kind of eventually get through the music. And that's why the only reason I would be speaking on street, right? Because the streets also then get portrayed through music. And that music isn't only for the ears of street niggas, it's the ears of the regular consumer. So we, by definition, get somewhat invested in what's going on in the streets or what the streets is. What I've noticed is that Atlanta, and I remember Atlanta rappers had no problem with pointing the finger when New York was the face of ratting. Because of one guy, not two or three. Yes, there was Alpo, but he wasn't a rapper. But it was one guy. It was Tekashi 6ix9ine. What we've seen since then, and yes, cooperance exists all across the country, is that we've realized that Atlanta has pulled one of the greatest magic trick on us in history by trying to convince us there's something that they're not, that they're the Black Wakanda, that they actually are unlike most other cities that stand on principles and stand third. What we do realize is that Atlanta, and again, I'm talking about, when I say streets, because I'm not in the streets, I'm talking about the musicians that represent the streets, that bring the streets to us through music. The hypocrisy is glaring. Let me paint a picture for you, Bloody J. I subscribe to this idea that Young Thug was one of the realest niggas that existed. I seen him stand on business when other rappers tested him, people home, domestic, or foreign. He was that guy. I've heard about him. He's the boogeyman. We start hearing things, YSL this, YSL that. The reason why Atlanta has started to earn the name, we've never seen this in the history of time. Young Thug went through a trial, a RICO trial, and by the grace of God, he did get out of it, and he's on probation, but still, he's free at this moment. He made a song that called his entire group of friends rats. Gunna, rat. Woody, rat. Yak, rat. Everybody's a rat. This is not me saying this. This is him. It doesn't go unsaid or unheard that the audience now has to realize, so your gangster persona is built upon you hanging with those people. You hung with a bunch of cheese nibbling rats by your own definition. We're not making this up. Here's the problem, and I keep saying this. Street dudes got to stop trying to bring street culture and politics. I get it. Y'all monetize it like how sometimes other people monetize. But what fans are going to do is hold you to logic that never goes good. So you're telling me YSL, who I remember Thug being up on that $1 million worth of game thing where he says, yo, he's like, I feel like I could detect a rat. I'll play it if you forgot. Young Thug, million. He says, I could tell when a nigga go rat.
Go in them rooms. When it's time to go in them rooms,
stay gangster.
Stay gangster.
I always tell a nigga.
That's all I'm saying.
I tell my whole hood, the police can't give you no time.
Stay gangster.
So don't tell them that. When they lock you up and they want to question you or anything, just at least buck on them. Like, make them feel like you ain't gonna tell. Like, wait till your first time going to court or something, bro. Like, don't tell. Like, you told it the precinct, fuck.
We'll find a clip. I wish I had my clips in order. I gotta start doing that.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Promises. Make promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world what you want to.
The problem with Atlanta is that y'all don't necessarily care about rats. Because y'all own words are it's the It's the noose that's hanging y'all. And I'm talking about not a physical, but it's the metaphorical noose that's hanging y'all. Y'all said A, and then when we seen that y'all did B, and we asked y'all why isn't it A, instead of saying we fucked up or this is exactly what we were gonna call it, y'all are all saying, nah, hold on, there's something else. Wait, hold on, no. That's the problem. So remember, and this is why I keep saying with that whole fuck the street shit, like, or, you know, whatever about the streets was dying for Thug, because Thug came out saying Gunna is a rat. Thug made a song saying and labeling all his co-defendants rats. And then when there was audio or an interview that seemingly put him in a precarious situation, and no one batted an eye when he said other people were cooperants. When people said, well, what about you with this? They said, forget the streets now. Forget the rules. Let me play it once again.
I'm saying,
I tell my whole hood, you know the police can't give you no time.
Stay gangster.
So don't tell them then. When they lock you up and they want to question you or anything, just at least buck on them. Like, make them feel like you ain't gonna tell. Like, wait till your first time going to court or something, bro. Like, don't tell. Like, you told it the precinct, fuck, nigga. But they
promises, make promises. Just we'll keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey.
I don't have your number.
Whatever.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't going to have your...
Tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey.
I don't have your number.
Whatever.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't going to have your...
Listen.
You thought the police was finna do. They still gotta take you in. They already wrote the ticket. They already called it in. No matter what you tell them.
And let me tell you this. If they would say, yo, listen, based on what I said, I did it wrong, man. But here's the thing. When you act like there's a rule, for you to go against it for one person means the rule never existed. You can't make exceptions. So this is why the fuck the street shit works. Okay, well, fuck all these rules.
Niggas telling in the police car. Fuck it. You in the car getting busy.
Yeah, you think this man finna pull over and let your pussy ass out the car. You think this nigga finna pull over and let your pussy ass out the car.
You still gonna go through a process.
When you tell him, he gonna say, okay, I got a lieutenant you can tell that to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, don't even tell me, you bitch ass nigga. I can't write this shit on your ticket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm basically gonna tell you what I tell myself.
Right.
Just being real. Like, you know, you can cap to anybody, but you're gonna be real to yourself.
Absolutely.
Boo Boo, who real looking in the mirror.
Is I just don't understand when you say built like me, because I'm not saying that I'm built a certain way.
I understand.
I'm not saying I'm built
that.
silent. I'm saying I'm built just normal. Like,
but niggas,
normally,
listen,
you shouldn't tell.
But I understand you. I understand. In his room in the suburbs, but somehow slid and ran into.
Young Thug reacts to $1 million worth of game interview before he got locked up, where he had a bunch of YSL people there and were saying that he can feel when a rat is telling or about to tell.
One thing I can say is I honestly can see every person that tell. I honestly can see them telling. That probably was God telling me then. Like, right. Hey man, tighten up. There was a lot of niggas in that motherfucking shit that did what's wrong. There's a lot of people in that motherfucking exact interview that did what's wrong.
Young Thug reacts to $1 million.
So Bloody J, and I'm glad you're speaking up, right? But the demeanor that's coming from Atlanta, I read them indictments. I used to, I sat through damn near a year of trial. And when I mean sat through it, like I was watching and keeping up with it. You're affiliated with Lucci, right? Well, when YFN was getting into it with the YSL niggas, they used to say to the YSL niggas, y'all niggas is snitching. Oh, so-and-so told on us. Thug must have heard that. He didn't give a fuck. However, when he go to jail, so-and-so a rat, that's 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 a rat. And then when people try to use the same formula or the same rules on him, fuck the streets. The goalposts keep getting moved. I think that all this shit sounds stupid, and everybody should admit this idea of being fair and calling out rats don't exist. Y'all all have friends, and I'm even talking to you, Bloody J. If your best friend start telling, maybe like you would know not to commit a crime with him, but you wouldn't ostracize him like how the streets would want you to. That's what I think is happening in Atlanta. People love Young Thug. That's it. And I want him to keep making great music. But they got to try to I'm watching Atlanta trying to figure out the narrative to make it make sense. It's not hip hop. Hip hop fucks with Thug and fuck with Gunna and fuck with everybody. Like, we don't give a fuck. But it's the street dudes trying to figure out a way to make it make sense. Also, Bloody J, as far as the name goes, we've never seen that many people either self-admittedly or somebody say, all of my friends were cooperants. Young Thug said that. Don't believe me?
Till it draws her shit, they gon' cap him. Yeah, Gunna a rat, yeah, correct. Slug a rat, Wooded rat. Fuck that nigga Obama, he still mad about baby, yeah, correct. A nigga treats, yeah, Gunna a rat, yeah, correct. Slug a rat, Wooded rat. Fuck that nigga Obama, he.
With all due respect, Atlanta has to be the headquarters of snitching and ratting. If someone could go to a criminal trial with his friends and his so-called gang and come on the other side and claim everybody was rats he was around, and then try to change the goalposts and change the definition of it, it feels like Atlanta just needs to come out and say, we're cool with cooperation. Listen, if it's our guy, it's fine. It's fine. That's all. Here's the problem. Or not the problem. Here's the thing I don't think people realize. Young Thug is, to me, he's one of the greatest musicians. I've said he's the 5th or 6th greatest musician out of Atlanta, period. We got Outkast Future, T.I., right? That 4th spot I've always said you could put Jeezy, you could put whatever, but like Thug to me is right around Luda area, definitely top 10, just maybe not top 4 or top 5. It is what it is. I'm not knocking it. I'm gonna listen to Thug no matter what. Love his music. But here's the problem, and the problem ain't me saying it. Bloody J, I want to say this to you. When Atlanta niggas are now talking about street shit and talking about, by the way, I think they're all street, but when they're talking about not snitching, they have broken the facade for the audience. The audience believes that there's a culture of cooperation in Atlanta. Why? Because just like what 21 Savage said, we swept it under the rug. Oh, we ignored that. Oh, we ain't see that. Wait, what? What? Where? Where's it at? Wait, look forward. Nah, I am looking forward. I'm looking forward right now. You said the proof is in front of me. Yeah, I'm looking right now. I'm looking in front of me. I don't see it. Where the proof at? Show me the proof. That is a problem. So when, as a city, collectively, here's the thing about Atlanta. If y'all had a 6ix9ine, y'all would all be like, that's the rat. there was not one New York artist that looked at 6ix9ine and said, "Oh, nah, he ain't really tell. Wait, hold on. Nah, we're going to sweep this one." Not one. This is why I said New York can't be the home of snitching. It has to be Atlanta, because Atlanta has showed us multiple times. I listened to the trial of Jeffrey Williams. There was dudes that were the ops that said, "Yo, you know so-and-so keep going down to the station making a statement. That's why we getting locked up." Ignore. Sweeping it under the rug. Now when that person gets indicted with Young Thug, and Young Thug beats it, or, comes out successful later, Thug said, "Here, Rat." No more sweeping under the rug. Atlanta is going through a crisis of believability and of selective politicking. And it's something that won't be fixed by any type of, I don't know how to fix it. And for some people, they might be like, why does it matter? Well, the majority of Atlanta rappers talk about street shit. And if you don't know, when it comes to speaking or rapping about, the streets, there's an air of believability that the audience has to feel. With all due respect, I was around, he was obviously on tour. YB got hella security. Here's the thing. People still believe he's the biggest killer. I'm talking about fans believe it. He purports himself to be like that. He acts like that. You never seen him in a moment just frazzled. For all we know, he's like that. With Atlanta, everybody who was saying we real street niggas never tell. Let me tell you this. Any Atlanta gangster rapper who rap that he won't tell, we're going to be like, yeah, all right. For the next 2 years, we're going to be like, yeah, all right, man. Now, we believe y'all they killed some people. But there's no Atlanta rapper. Atlanta rappers just got to delete all bars about snitching and telling out their lyric book. You know why? We're going to be like, we don't believe you. King Buck, thank you for the gifted, bro. That's the thing. So again, Bloody J, I'm not saying everybody is like that, but the leaders are like that. And also it's because of passive behavior where I'm glad you made this video towards me. But brother, just like how you said you've seen academics who doesn't live in Atlanta call Atlanta Ratlanta or whatever, you should address what the elephant in the room is. Do you believe that Gunna is a cooperant? Would you ever rock with him? Could you sweep it under the rug? And do you believe that Young Thug is a cooperant? And could you sweep that under the rug if you think he, that's what we want to know. It's not what academics thinks about it. That's the video you should have made. Hey, yo, Thug. Hey, listen, yo, you did bad. Yo, listen, we from the streets. The rules are the rules. You broke the rules. We ain't fucking with it. That's what you should make the video about. But that's usually not incentivized. Why? Young Thug is one of the biggest rap figures, got all the cool friends. It's not cool to go against him. You probably will be blackballed. But that's the video you need to make. It's not addressing me. I hold zero weight in Atlanta. I'm the listening audience that's just pointing out hypocrisies. I'll leave it there. Bloody J, I'm open to have a discussion with you. I do respect you for keeping it very respectful with even addressing this. That's why I also wanted to make sure I explained in full length what I meant. I definitely have a conversation with you. In whatever capacity, because I want to speak to you, and I don't know if I'm guessing you're like a street dude. I want to speak to you as a fan who consumes street music. Yes, a fan who's not from the streets who consumes street music, who also believes these things that you're saying. And again, y'all rappers could say, no, we just be saying shit. But the moment we start looking at your music as you're just saying shit, the support and the hype will never be the same. Remember that. You can go to Lil Baby's new song. You know what my favorite lines are? Go to Superman. These niggas know I'm really like that. I could take it there. I pull up on them 50 deep like a football team. I don't need them all in my business. Mind your business, please. Yes. Y'all rappers is rapping that y'all like that. Yes. And it's good to have the facade. I think that's why Young Thug is, Lil Baby is backed up from Thug. Look, right here.
I'm gonna cover it what I love. I'm never gonna let her. She was fucking off.
Here we go.
And on the floor, she's in the crowd. I go through our team. I don't need them all in right. Can't take it there. I put up on them feet.
This is how they're rapping to us.
I don't like that. We can tell you niggas.
He said these niggas must have forgot him like that. We could take it there. Part of you rapping that and those lyrics being effective is us believing that you like that. So the moment we know you ain't really like that, you like cooperance, you actually go against everything you say, because all of y'all gangster rappers got lyrics saying you don't like rats, you'll fuck a rat up, you'll kill a rat. And then now we realize, oh, that was just cap. The moment that happens, throw your music career out the window. That's a fact. We don't hear from you. Like, fans aren't dumb. The internet has made it where we're not dumb. So as soon as we realize you're just rapping words, we'll find the rapper who at least does a better, I'm not saying you gotta live it, does a better job of making us think that he lives it. Right now, Atlanta is looking glaringly hypocritical. We're looking at them and they're like, yeah, y'all look like y'all being hypocrites. There's a lot of people hypocrites in music. They just do a good job covering it. Atlanta right now is just wide open. Pause. This is why I think Lil Baby has stepped to the side. He don't want to talk about that no more. Could somebody find Lebebe and get his opinion about this? Nope. He don't want to talk about it. He don't talk about it. Could somebody get Future's opinion on this? I bet he won't talk about it either. He got no, you know what he said? That's that nigga's problem. I'm good. That's that nigga's problem. I'm good. That's the problem, chat. I got a Supermax contract. Okay. Let's see. Do we got to get into this? So Finesse2x and Lil King are beefing. Chat. This is the beef nobody thought they needed, but nobody really ever needed at all. I got to play you this shit right here. Also, Finesse2x this G Herbo. Oh, this is bad. This is bad right here. Oh, look at this. Let's see if
It's be going live. It's told DC Young from the copper.
Can we get this?
It's facts. You know I ain't lying.
And his family, they young nigga, he old enough to get called a bitch.
His
Now
family,
you 14, you a bitch.
his
And
family,
at 14, you can get called a bitch ass.
Okay, goddamn. All right, hold on. Let's see if we can figure this out. There's a whole video of him talking about King. Yo, I keep telling y'all, Finesse2x needs to become Finesse. He needs to become a streamer. Is it this?
He apology, boy.
Here we go.
Couldn't draws on. He ain't had no but.
Here we go.
He had it.
So I don't know how.
I see you.
Remember the underage rapper who was staying with Finesse2x named King? He jumped into the group chat in the midst of this HoneyKomb Brazy and Finesse2x beef. And he made some provocative statements. He said, yo, I know why Finesse2x don't fuck with me. Okay? Check this out.
That young nigga.
Here we go.
This daughter, that's why I don't like me. Cause I want me to tell you why Finesse really don't like me. Cause I fucked this daughter. That's why he don't really like me.
What?
That's why he don't like me for real.
Excuse me?
I ain't want to say all that, but yeah. That's why he don't really like me. Tell him say something about it. Yeah. It's facts. He know I ain't lying.
Why?
Okay.
Why y'all want me to talk about that king shit so bad, bruh? That man 12, 13, 14 years old, bruh. I'm not finna keep on weighing in on no child, bruh. You hear me? That young nigga ain't even had no motherfucking Christmas. His folks don't love him. Don't nobody love that young nigga. That young nigga ain't show you a PlayStation remote. That young nigga can't even show you a USB cord. That young nigga can't even show you a HDMI cord. That young nigga, he can't even show you a charger box. That young nigga ain't got nothing. That young nigga over there on Wi-Fi, man. You ain't just see him saying, man, he ready to come back. You ain't just see him, man, I'm ready to come back. I'm ready to roll from Houston, man. You know, Cheeto head bitch ain't doing nothing for him. Yeah, you seen him just in the clothing store, couldn't buy $100 pair of shoes. You see what I'm saying? So the thing here with Kane, he said his apology. What that apology? Pull that apology up for me real quick. He said his apology. I'm finna let y'all see the apology, chat. Hold on, chat. And Kane Dangalane little as a motherfucker.
Whoa, what?
How I know? Cause he came to me one day. And he had a shit stain in his drawer.
Wait, what?
Backstage. And I told him, man, just take them motherfuckers off, bro. Just wear the jeans. Take them off. Just wear the jeans, bro. Just take them off. And he was like, man, stand right there, G. Don't let nobody see me. Don't. And when he pulled that motherfucker out, when he pulled his pants off, I looked at him. I said, man, your dick little as a motherfucker. Man, come on, G. Come on, G. Damn, G. And he went on stage, did his show with no drawers on. He ain't had no but meat and jeans. But meat and jeans. That's all he had, meat and jeans. I told the young nigga, take them dry. I ain't tell nobody else. I just not telling the world. I ain't tell little Jew, I ain't tell shit. I ain't never told you that. Yeah, tell your dad to show me a 10, young nigga. Tell your dad to show me a 10, young nigga. Fuck, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Tell your dad to show me a 10.
Yo, is he flexing on like the... I think this kid's like 12.
Fuck, nigga. Fuck you talking
Yo, what?
I'm out piss ass, young nigga. Shit ass, young nigga.
Yo, this is sad, bro.
Yo, what the hell?
Thing in his drawer. He ready to come back. Drop this, come find out. You know the address. Apology. I'm finna let y'all see the apology, chat. Hold on, chat. And all you got a problem. You know why I stay? Drop your name. Drop your come find out. You know the address. Drop your you know the address. You know I'ma shine. You know what I'ma do. You know.
Yo, Rainwater, man. Yo, Rainwater, holla at me, man. I think Rainwater mans it because I was in the club with Finesse2x. And yeah, like me and I think we're okay. I bought a bunch of bottles. I put both our names on the side. I thought we were cool. Hey, yo, Finesse. No, I mean not Rainwater. Yo, Rainwater. Let me and you. I think me and you managing Finesse will work. Rainwater, listen to the sound of my voice. Me and you need to manage this nigga. You just got to get him in the booth though. I need a song. If you give me a song, yo, he's so entertaining. If you give me a song that could go with Finesse2x and I was like, you know, on that team, I'm bringing this nigga to the moon. Yo, this nigga is so entertaining. I feel like he's like Blueface. He's like a Memphis Blueface that's just fat. Or he's not fat no more. You know what I mean? He just...
You know what I'm gonna do, young. You know I'ma shine. You know the internet don't know me. You know me though. You know I'ma shine. You know I'ma shine. Tell somebody drop their name. Tell them drop their. You know my address. You know the exact house. You know how I move. What the fuck you thought you was finna come back to my house? Oh, you thought just because you apologized, you was finna bring your bitch back to my shit? I don't give a fuck about your apology, boy. You made a whole diss song about me after I took you out the hood. You think I give a boy about an apology?
Yo, why is his eyes like that?
Apology, boy.
What?
You need to be trying to go take the op down for their jury and bring it to me.
What?
If you want my motherfucking me trust, I ain't got no trust for your young. If you notice, y'all never seen his daddy. He never showed his face. His daddy never comes out. He embarrassed of the little. I would be too, though. He can't control him. Ain't nothing he can do with him. I would be embarrassed of the young nigga, too. Y'all never seen his daddy. His mama smoked dope. All I did was try to get the young in the streets. And it's the things I get. And everybody think that shit funny. You thought that you were gonna go on the internet. Oh, G, I was a grown man, G, and G, I'm stay out their business, G, and I'm sorry, G, I apologize, G. Man, I can see through all that weak ass, man. You ain't mean that. Look what you turned around and did 3-4 days later. Why you think I didn't genuinely forgive you? I didn't genuinely forgive you because I know that you have a sour heart. Money buy you, young nigga. Look at me. You can be bought. You will sell your ass. For the right amount of money, you will let somebody you, boy.
Wait, what?
You can be bought. Anybody that got some money for you, anybody that got shelter for you, or let you put their chain on, or put you on their story, you'll suck their.
Whoa.
I peep your flavor. You know, I used to have his Instagram, y'all. So I used to have to tell him, man, quit DMing everybody. Man, the man DMs everybody. Lil Baby, Rollo, Future, every mother you can name. Michael Jackson, Tito Jackson,
Michael Depp,
motherfucking Nickelodeon, Andy Griffin show. Anybody who famous, this is in their DM.
What?
King goes around asking for money. King befriend people for money. What's up, G? Hey, G, fly me out, G. I'ma turn up, G. Well, he think that his persona is gonna get it. It's over with. Your voice deep now. You ain't little and cool no more. Your voice deep, you bigger, you dirty. Your hair stay smooshed to the side of your head. You ain't getting nothing for Christmas and you 12 years old.
And then King, he come online and say,
yo, this kind of scared me. I thought this was King from like, yo, this thing is grown as shit. All right. Holy shit. Now, did y'all see HoneyKomb Brazy? HoneyKomb Brazy was on live with King. Listen to this shit. This shit's crazy.
Electrolyte. It's a bitch ass baby. You ain't post a Gatorade. Well, he think that his persona is gonna get it. It's over with. Your voice deep now. You ain't little and cool no more. You bigger, you dirty. Her stay smooshed to the side. He ain't never talking about shit. The hamburger with the gravy. Can't dang-a-lang little as a motherfucker. That's sad, the motherfucker.
Nah, hold on. Let me play this other shit. Look, here we go. So HoneyKomb Brazy, who don't like finesse, gets King on live and watch this shit right here. This is jokes.
Look, King.
What poppin', big bro?
That nigga, who that little nigga look King on his motherfucker, nigga?
What poppin'?
No, look, King.
I guess his voice did get a little deeper. Pause.
That shit what you got going?
King, when you were texting me on Instagram, I knew that when you were texting me, King.
Nah, for real, what you got going?
When you were around that bitch ass nigga, I knew that when you texting me. I knew that when him texting me off your page.
The crazy.
I knew that bitch ass nigga texting me off your page. King. You.
What you got going?
You good, old little homie?
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, you don't never need that bitch ass nigga finesse no more, cause it's real niggas out here gonna make sure you straight, King.
No bullshit.
Like, oh my grandma, it's some real nigga gonna make sure you straight. Man, you don't even talk about that lame man nigga no more. Man, that nigga ain't nothing. Even that nigga wanna fuck you, King. For real, nigga gay.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, that nigga try to raise you and fuck you, man. And they try to P Diddy you.
No.
That nigga try to P Diddy you, I'm telling you.
That nigga probably picking them clothes. He already dressed. He got nigga told you, we ain't gonna wear no designer until we go to the show. When we in the house, you usually gotta wear drawers and tank tops.
He talking about just draw the tape. I'm gonna hit you when I get to the house. I'm finna send you my number.
Do that, little brother. Do that.
Say no more.
All right, little nigga. Little kid, that little kid to be testing me so much gangster shit, Tony. I said, I don't know who that little nigga is. That nigga scared the hell out of me one day. Man, I ain't know who the nigga was testing me all that shit. I said, who the fuck that nigga testing me all that gangster ass shit? I go on the nigga page, it's a baby. I said, man, it's a child. I said, I ain't even take him serious. I said, I ain't know what this nigga testing me all this gangster ass shit. I said his ass right back there. I said, I will kill a child, bro. I will pitch your little ass all the way to Scott Boss.
Wait, what?
Look, King.
What poppin', big bro?
Yo, that's crazy. What the fuck? All right. Anyway, let's move on from that. TMZ is now exclusively reporting that David is likely to face murder charges because an indictment is imminent, and that the grand jury is wrapping up and expected to indict David in the death of Celeste Rivas. And this is kind of interesting because before we had heard that there was an investigative grand jury that was mostly based on trying to do some fact finding, where it's like, all right, we could subpoena your phone, we could subpoena these records and try to figure out a timeline, because we're hearing hazy information all this time. We don't know the cause of death. We don't know this. We don't know that. And then they came out, they were like, hey, right now we're only like looking for, the only thing we could kind of prove is that there was maybe desecration or improper handling of a corpse, but we can't really prove murder. But now the TMZ is reporting that, yes, it looks like a grand jury has been hearing witnesses, and they believe that they're going to vote on an indictment. And multiple sources tell TMZ that the authorities, including the prosecutor, believe that David was involved. Now, what does involvement mean? It doesn't mean that he's the lead suspect. Is he the lead suspect? Is he, hold on. Is he expected to be indicted for murder or for accessory? We'll find out later time. So singer David will likely face murder charges. That's because the grand jury's been hearing the case and will be asked to hand down an indictment, sources say. There was a report last month that the grand jury was investigative. Yes, that's what we had heard. A grand jury that helps authorities gather information, but one that doesn't indict. Yep, so that's the point. So an investigative grand jury can be used to subpoena, then force uncooperative witnesses to testify, or sources say. However, the grand jury has not been hearing, that the grand jury has been hearing witnesses in the Celeste case is actually one that will vote on indictment. So now TMZ is going back on their word, which is that it was investigative, which means they wouldn't. So this grand jury will vote on the indictment. Multiple sources tell TMZ and authorities, including the prosecutor, that they think David was involved in the death of Celeste Rivas. They broke the story before that David, day-to-day manager, testified for days. A TMZ reporter heard that Morgan told the lawyer in the courtroom hallway that Silverman, which is the prosecutor, is very pushy and as to why he didn't call the police. He said he responded by saying it wasn't his responsibility and his job to make sure his job was to make sure David tour kept going on. Grand juries generally do what prosecutors want, in no small part because the target, in this case David, has no right to present a defense. There was also talk in the courtroom hallway that the grand jury could hear witnesses in February, so don't expect an indictment that quick. So they're saying that it looks like this grand jury that's impaneled to be investigatory, they will be also voting if the indictment will come from that proceeding. Now, there could be other grand juries, and it looks like it's definitely on the path of Homie getting indicted on murder charges or some charges related to Celeste Rivas' death, but we don't know what and what timeline, okay? So his manager was grilled by the DA, right? And the DA is, let's see. Yeah, what's the DA's name? The DA's name is Beth Silverman. So yeah, Silverman is the pushy, supposed like prosecutor that is trying to get to the bottom of this. And it looks like, I would imagine within January or February, latest March, we're going to get an indictment and we're going to get a clearer picture on what happened. It looks like this guy who's the manager is basically saying he did have some knowledge that there was a death. And look like that's his testimony. And I guess they try to push for him to say, well, why you ain't call the cops? We think you're involved. Why you ain't call the cops? And I guess he's coming across to say, yo, I ain't call the cops because my job is to make sure the tour happened. So, yeah, I didn't report a death or I didn't report whatever because my job is to make sure that this tour went on the way, right? He said it wasn't his responsibility to call the cops. It was his job to make sure David's tour kept going. So, look like, maybe they could have enough ammo to try to flip this guy. And if they flip his manager against him to say, yo, all right, you know what? We're contemplating charges for you. And they can still have these conversations and say, yeah, we're going to present it in terms of the questionnaire to the grand jury for them to vote for charges of accessory for murder for you, unless you're down to testify and help us out and help us try to get a conviction on David. And what information might he know? Maybe not about exactly the murder, but maybe he was like, yeah, David told me, yo, there's a dead body in my kitchen. Could you move it? Or there's a dead body in the kitchen. Don't go there. Or, yo, hey, listen, no one drive my Tesla. Or, yo, could you buy me a refrigerator that, and then I said, well, what type of refrigerator? I could get you like a mini fridge. And like, no, something that could hold a body. Who knows what he knows, but he probably knows something that could help them connect a couple dots. And I would imagine that they would be threatening him with prosecution for accessory after the fact or even before if they can't get him to cooperate. My feeling here is he would cooperate by just the questioning of what he said in the grand jury. He said his job was to make sure the tour kept going, not to make sure whatever nonsense otherwise was going on gets covered up or, the police get called. So it looks like this guy might be a source of being able to be turned. And if that's the case, we'll see how this investigation pans out and if indictments come. I think the indictment is going to come between New Year's and January, if you ask me. But we'll see. All right? All good. Chat, I'm going to wrap up today's stream here. It's 4 o'clock. I know we've been on for 4 hours and 30 minutes. About 4 hours if you guys have been tracking time, just raw stream on YouTube. There are a couple topics that I didn't get to. For example, the Blueface and Soulja Boy topic. We'll get to that tomorrow. Also, Finesse2x. Yes, he'll do another appearance. And no, this is not nothing trying to push Finesse2x. He's just been on live like going crazy recently. He roasted G Herbo, and we'll get to that, but we'll do that tomorrow. Chat, we are gonna get into our yearly breakdown tomorrow, and I've told you guys my plans to have an earlier stream tomorrow. So, thanks for bearing with me, and I appreciate you guys for tuning into the stream as always. Chat, I believe we've accomplished our 30 days. I am glad for that, but we, I forgot how much days it says it takes for you to develop a habit. People said it usually takes 66 days. Oh, my God. Oh, so we're halfway in. Anyway, we're trying to develop a habit of streaming really frequently. I think we've done a good job with the 30 for 30, but now we're on 31 days, okay? Chat, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again in a couple hours. Go get some sleep. Make sure you got to do what you got to do. And if you're off from work, cherish this time because, yes, New Year's is approaching really quick. 2026 is on the way. And if you still got to go to work during these days, sucks for you. But hopefully I could give you some entertainment through work or in between work, right? Chat, I love y'all. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I appreciate you. W's in the chat.